8 forbidden nicknames that make her obsessed with you. Old Stoic Wisdom. There are certain words that linger in a woman's mind long after they're spoken, words that carve a permanent place in her heart. No matter how much you love her, how deeply you care, or how well you treat her, if you don't stir her desire on a deeper, more primal level, you might be the man she'll never truly remember. In her mind, the right nickname isn't just a term of endearment, it's a doorway to her soul, an unspoken bond that marks you as her man. It's a secret key that unlocks the deepest corners of her subconscious, drawing her to you in ways that go beyond mere attraction. Today, I'm unveiling the 8 forbidden nicknames, words that ignite her obsession, compel her to chase you, to admire you, and to fear losing you. But be warned, the final nickname holds so much power that, if you use it prematurely, she'll never let you go. As the wise philosopher once said, love is not something you do, but something you become. This is the wisdom that will lead you to become a man she can't resist. Stick around until the end, and I'll teach you how to call her something no other man has ever dared. 1. A nickname that awakens emotional submission. Have you ever found yourself wondering why, despite being the kindest, most loyal, and most available man in her life, she doesn't seem to remember you with the passion you hoped for? You took care of her, you supported her, and you defended her, yet desire somehow didn't linger. Why? The truth is simple: desire doesn't thrive where effort was the primary ingredient. It flourishes where identity takes root. This is where so many men go wrong. They pour all their energy into being available, but they forget one crucial thing. A man who doesn't know how to name doesn't know how to lead. That's right. The power of a name, a well-chosen nickname, has the potential to awaken something deep inside her, something beyond mere affection. Without it, you're just another familiar face in the crowd, forgotten in time. That's why, today, we're diving into the nickname that places her firmly in your world, not hers. Now, here's where the magic lies. When a woman meets you, she's silently assessing everything about you. But most importantly, she's watching how you name her. You think you're being sweet when you call her babe, honey, or princess. But let me tell you, those names are tired. They've been used 1,000 times by her exes, and 1,000 times before them. They don't stir her. They don't ignite her. No. All they do is occupy a worn-out space in her mind, a place already conditioned by others. You failed before you even began. You must understand this. These names don't create anything new. They don't spark anything unique. In fact, they do the opposite. They leave her indifferent. But when you step up and give her a nickname that carries weight, that comes from a place of strength and authority rather than softness and affection, something shifts. Her subconscious registers something new. You're not here to follow her lead. You're here to guide her. You're here to establish your own narrative. This is where the old Stoic wisdom comes into play. A man with an iron mind, rooted in Stoic principles, knows that power isn't about force, it's about control. Control over yourself, control over your surroundings, and yes, even control over how you shape her perception of you. A well-chosen nickname places her in your world, a world she has to choose to enter on your terms. The moment you choose a name that reflects strength and direction, her world tilts. She realizes that this is no ordinary relationship. It's not about what she wants. It's about what you're building, what you're offering. And if she wants to be a part of it, she'll have to step into your world, follow your lead, and adapt to your codes. You're not here to bend to her desires. She has to bend to yours. That's the game. That's the power. It's the foundation of a relationship that will leave a mark on her because you aren't just a man in her life. You've become the man. You've claimed your space, and she'll remember it. Never forget this. The old Stoic wisdom teaches us that it's not the loudest voice that commands respect. It's the quiet confidence, the strength of purpose that emanates from within. The iron mind does not need to shout to be heard. It speaks with intention, and its words carry weight. When you embrace these Stoic principles and understand the power of a well-chosen nickname, you're not just capturing her attention, you're capturing her mind. And when you control her mind, you control her heart. 2. A nickname that creates ambiguity and competition. Picture this. She's in the middle of telling you about her day, her thoughts, her wins and losses, sharing her life with you. But then, you pause, look her square in the eyes and say, "Little savage." You don't explain it. You don't elaborate. You just drop the words like a stone in a calm lake and carry on with your conversation as if nothing happened. Now, imagine the mental chaos she experiences. Little savage. What does that even mean? Why did he say that? What does he see in me? What was that subtle hint of power? What did he mean by that nickname? All these thoughts spin around her mind, and in doing so, you've placed her in a whirlwind of curiosity and confusion. She starts to wonder, is this something good? Is he playing with me? Or is there a deeper meaning here? This is not about calling her sweetie or babe. It's something more. Something that doesn't fit neatly into the box of what's expected. That is the power of ambiguity. It's what makes her stop in her tracks. Women do not obsess over things they can easily understand. Instead, they obsess over things that linger in their minds, those little mysteries they can't quite categorize. When you give her a nickname like Little Savage, you pull her out of her narrative, and more importantly, you place her into your universe. But here's the problem. Most men, cluelessly, use nicknames to please, to sound sweet, to be liked. They think it's a way to be affectionate, but they miss the real power behind a nickname. You see, a nickname isn't a cute term of endearment. It's a symbolic act of leadership. It says, "I name you because I bring you into my world. I define who you are to me." You're not trying to fit into her world. You're showing her subtly that she belongs to you, that she is yours, but only on your terms. Why is this so important? Because Stoic rules aren't just about being emotionally detached. Practical Stoicism is about asserting your own space in the world, guiding your actions with purpose and intent. When you use a nickname that creates ambiguity, you're practicing the Stoic path of wisdom, which is not about serving others' expectations or demands. It's about living and acting in a way that defines your reality. You define the terms of your connection. That's power, true power. And it's the kind of power women don't often get from men. You must understand that this kind of mystery is magnetic. It pulls her in, makes her want to know you more, makes her want to decode you, to understand what makes you tick. Imagine, for a moment, what happens when you use nicknames in this deliberate, ambiguous way. You're not trying to be cute. You're creating a narrative. You're keeping her guessing. That keeps the dynamic between you alive, exciting, and filled with intrigue. Women love men who aren't easily understood because they feel like they can never fully possess them. There's always more to uncover, always more to explore, and that is why you must be intentional about the nicknames you choose. Choose them wisely. Choose them carefully. But be warned, this is a different approach from the average, sweet, almost weak nicknaming habits. You're not calling her something that pleases her. You're calling her something that challenges her perception of herself, her role in your world. Little Savage is bold. It's assertive. It means you see something in her that most men don't. You have to walk the Stoic path of wisdom with this approach. It's about control, confidence, and creating that feeling of competition, not in a malicious way, but in a way that makes her strive for something deeper. In the end, you've become the leader in this relationship, the one who controls the flow, the one who sets the terms. She becomes obsessed, not just because of what you said, but because you've made her think, made her reflect, made her question, and that kind of influence, that's power. So, don't make the mistake of falling into the trap of easy affection. Don't call her baby or sweetheart because it's what she expects. Instead, throw in a nickname that sparks intrigue, that challenges her, a nickname that places her in your world and shakes her out of her own predictable narrative. This is a practice in Stoic wisdom, where control and leadership come not from domineering behavior, but from the quiet, calculated assertion of your will. By doing so, you will have not just her attention, but her obsession. And that's not by chance. It's because you followed the paths of wisdom and knew exactly what you were doing. If you find this video valuable, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. Comment to remember, I lead with strength and mystery. 3. A nickname that taps into emotional wounds. In the world of attraction, the right nickname holds immense power. But here's the truth. Most men use nicknames to please, to seek approval, to fit into a mold. They choose based on their insecurities or their need to be liked. That's the fatal mistake. Women don't crave sweetness or validation. They crave power, dominance, and depth. If your nickname lacks the strength of your core masculine essence, she will feel it. She'll spot it instantly and discard it without hesitation. You need to ask yourself one crucial question. Where is your nickname coming from? Is it born from need or from the strength of your choices? A man who only knows need cannot name with authority, but the man who knows how to choose, he can leave a mark that lasts forever. The right nickname, one that taps into her emotional wounds, speaks to something deeper, something she can't ignore. It triggers her primal desire, beyond reason, beyond logic. This is where your true power lies. As Epictetus once said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. He understood the essence of Stoicism. Control your desires. Don't let them control you. You must control your power, not use it to please, but to lead. Only a man who operates from a place of inner strength can make such an impact. That's the man who wins. Don't simply choose words because they sound sweet. Choose them because they reflect who you truly are. A woman will surrender her body not when her mind is persuaded, but when her deepest, primal instincts are awakened. It is only when you speak from your masculine truth, with conviction, that you trigger this response. Your words, your nickname, must reflect the power of your choices, not the weakness of your needs. Be the man who chooses. Be the man who leads. Only by mastering yourself can you master the way she sees you. Try using some nicknames like warrior, the ruler, strong one, or protector. Each of these names reflects power, authority, and leadership. They're not about pleasing, they're about showing confidence and strength. A man with such names is never seen as weak or indecisive. He always shows strength and control in his actions, in his decisions. Remember, Stoicism is about inner strength, about conquering your desires so you can win in life. Your nickname must reflect that strength. In every choice you make, let it be clear you're not here to please. You're here to lead, to leave an indelible mark, and to win. 4. A nickname that reflects her true self. To truly capture the attention and devotion of a woman, you must go beyond merely flattering her. What she craves is not a man who seeks her approval, but one who calls forth her deepest instincts, one who makes her surrender, not out of fear, but out of genuine, undeniable attraction. This isn't about pushing her down or using force. It's about tapping into that undeniable masculine energy that speaks to a place in her mind that has been there for centuries, a place where desire and surrender are one. Now, we're talking about a nickname that reflects her true essence, not through flattery, but through the subtle act of gently dominating her mind. This isn't about using vulgar or demeaning terms. No, it's about choosing a word that resonates deeply, unlocking her most vulnerable, feminine side, ready to be guided by the right kind of man. What you must understand is that this kind of power isn't about asking for permission. It's about embodying the Stoic principles of unwavering strength and confidence. A man who is secure in his own iron mind, one who doesn't need to assert control through loud words or dramatic actions, but who commands respect and attention just by the sheer force of his presence. This, my friend, is true masculine power. You don't need to demand anything, your very being demands it. When you have the strength of an iron mind, when you live by the old Stoic wisdom, you no longer need to seek validation. You radiate a calm, powerful energy that she instinctively feels and responds to. For example, imagine calling her something like goddess. It's not about making her feel superior, but about acknowledging the depth of her beauty, her complexity, and her power in a way that isn't just flattering, it's commanding. This nickname doesn't just make her feel admired, it makes her feel revered, as though she holds a sacred place in your world. It unlocks a part of her that longs to be worshipped, cherished, and guided by someone who is strong enough to deserve her. Or consider the nickname Wildflower. It's soft yet powerful, a recognition of her untamed spirit and beauty that exists beyond the surface. This is a man who sees her as more than just a woman. He sees her as a force of nature, unpredictable and free, yet in need of someone strong to stand by her side, someone who can gently guide her in a way that only he can. It's not about demanding obedience, it's about inspiring it, naturally, through a presence that makes her feel both safe and desired. A man with such an iron mind, rooted in Old Stoic wisdom, understands this dynamic perfectly. He doesn't need to assert dominance forcefully. He creates an environment where she can thrive in her femininity, empowered and surrendered at the same time. Think about the way this works in deep psychological terms. We're dealing with something called a non-violent dominant frame. This is a concept rooted in Stoic principles, where the man's dominance is never about shouting or forceful behavior. It's about setting the tone through your calm, confident, and assured presence. The right nickname is one that speaks to this kind of dominance, a word that unlocks her vulnerability without shaming her, a word that calls to her natural desire to surrender in a way that feels safe and irresistible. This is what the man with the Stoic principles understands, the balance of strength and control, of power and tenderness, all within the simple use of a nickname. So, don't waste time seeking her approval. Don't try to be someone you're not. Instead, embody the essence of who you are, someone grounded in the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, a man with an iron mind who is unshakable in his self-assurance. This, ultimately, is the kind of man who makes her surrender, not out of fear, but because she can feel the raw, magnetic power that you exude. That's when she will respond to the right nickname, the one that reflects her truest self, the one that makes her feel desired, safe, and ready to follow your lead. A man who understands this power doesn't need to demand respect. He naturally commands it. And if you find today's content very interesting, please give me a word of encouragement by commenting "very interesting" in the comment section. That is a huge motivation for us. Thank you. 5. A nickname that shows rarity and uniqueness. In the world of relationships, the simple power of a nickname can create an unspoken bond, a connection deeper than words. But here's the truth. An effective nickname is not one that's easy to forget or typical. It's something that takes effort to craft, something that reflects the rarity and a uniqueness of the woman you're addressing. You must make her feel like she's the only one of her kind, irreplaceable. This goes beyond just being sweet or affectionate. It's about showing her that, in a world full of faces and names, hers stands out in a way that no one else's can. Think about it. What does it mean when someone gives you a nickname that feels completely different from the others you hear every day? It's like a badge of honor, a token of exclusivity. The nickname should resonate with her at the deepest level, making her believe that she is a treasure that cannot be found anywhere else. Don't ever underestimate the power of a nickname that screams rarity. It's not enough to say, "You're special." That's too generic. Instead, use the path of wisdom laid out by the Stoic rules. Be specific in how you express your admiration. A nickname like "my rare gem" doesn't just imply she's valuable, it signifies she is one of a kind. When you call her this, you are not just paying her a compliment, you're showing her that she holds a place in your life that no one else can fill. This reflects the practical stoicism of recognizing what is truly significant in your life. A rare gem isn't something you find every day. It's something that must be appreciated, protected, and respected. It takes effort and understanding to truly see it for what it is. Likewise, A woman who is one of a kind should not be reduced to a name as ordinary as babe or sweetheart. These are placeholders. You are looking for something with depth, something that speaks volumes about your relationship. A nickname that underscores her uniqueness does more than make her feel special. It's a subtle claim of possession. Think about it. When you call someone your rare gem, you are placing them in a class of their own. Not only do you show that they are irreplaceable, but you also express that no one can compare to them in your eyes. This is not about ownership in a negative sense, but more about the connection between two people that transcends the ordinary. She is yours in a way no one else can be. As a man who embraces the paths of wisdom, you must learn to see her as a rare, irreplaceable gem. The Stoic rules teach us to value only the things that truly matter, things that have lasting worth. And let's be clear, she is one of those things. Don't take this lightly. You must show her that she is rare, unique, and precious to you. With a well-thought-out nickname, you elevate her above the noise of the world, placing her in a league of her own. The beauty of such a nickname is that it conveys more than admiration. It speaks of a deep, intrinsic recognition of her value. When you use it, you are marking her as irreplaceable, not just to yourself, but also to the world. This is a quiet signal to others that she is off limits in a way, making it clear that you don't just like her, you cherish her. So, next time you find yourself wanting to use a nickname for her, don't go with the first thing that pops into your head. Consider how special she truly is to you. Reflect on her uniqueness. And then choose a name that encapsulates that rare beauty, that irreplaceable essence. The nickname you use should be one that can only belong to her, something that, when heard, will make her heart skip a beat and will remind her every single time that she is unlike any other woman in your life. Incorporating these principles into your approach will make her feel valued in a way that ordinary compliments cannot. Remember, practical Stoicism teaches us to appreciate what is rare and valuable. This is one of those moments where you apply that wisdom, create a nickname that shows her how truly irreplaceable she is. Don't just tell her. Show her through the words you choose. 6. A nickname that reflects trust and dependence. When it comes to choosing a nickname, it isn't about being cute or clever. It's about building respect, trust, and deep emotional resonance. A nickname is a reflection of how you see her and how she sees you. So, let's talk about one of the most powerful a nickname that reflects trust and dependence. A nickname like my anchor is the perfect example of how to wield this power. It's not about being weak or needy. It's about showing her that you respect her strength. You trust her with your vulnerabilities, but you're not broken or dependent in a desperate way. No, you stand strong, but you know that your strength is enhanced because of her. In today's world, men are often taught to hide their emotions, to appear invulnerable. But that's not what makes a woman obsessed with you. You must show her that you trust her and depend on her, not out of weakness, but because you see her as your equal and integral partner. When you call her my anchor, you're giving her the honor of being central in your life. You're showing her that, no matter the storm, you trust her to be there. And that kind of emotional depth is what makes her obsessed with you. It's powerful. It's magnetic. It's exactly the kind of emotional intelligence that modern men need to master to win. As Epictetus would say, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. What do you want to show her through your actions and words? That you are in control of your emotions, that you are a man of depth, who can balance strength and vulnerability. This is Stoicism at its core, mastering yourself, showing control over your reactions, and using that mastery to build stronger, more meaningful connections with others. Now, let's be clear. This isn't just about using the right words. It's about embodying the qualities you wish to convey. It's not enough to call her my anchor if you don't live like you believe it. She needs to feel that you trust her. She needs to feel your respect for her. Words are powerful, but they only have weight if they align with your actions. Think about it. When was the last time someone called you something that truly resonated with your role in their life? How did it make you feel? Now imagine that for her. Imagine giving her the power to feel needed, to feel like she's the anchor in your life. Not because you're weak or lost, but because you're strong enough to lean on her in the right way. That is true strength. That is how you make her obsessed with you. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, taught us that we must focus on the things within our control. You cannot control her feelings, but you can control how you show up, how you speak, and how you present yourself. The words you use shape the environment around you. They create an atmosphere of respect, trust, and dependence. If you master the art of choosing the right words, if you become a man who knows how to use power and vulnerability in harmony, you will win her heart. You will make her obsessed with you. Don't shy away from making her feel that important. Don't hide your trust from her. Let her know, through your words and actions, that she's an irreplaceable part of your life. When you use a nickname like my anchor, you're not only showing that you need her, you're showing her the depth of your connection, the strength of your bond. And, as Epictetus reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. When you want her, truly want her, with respect, trust, and emotional mastery, you will possess something far greater than any material wealth: her heart, her devotion, and her obsession. This is how you win. This is Stoicism in action. This is how you become a man who doesn't just attract women, but commands their attention and respect. And once you master this, you will understand the true power of words and how they can shape your world. If you're ready to build a deep connection that shows her she's truly important to you, then take action now. Calling her a nickname like my anchor reflects trust and a strong bond, not weakness. You've already begun to understand the power of these names. Please comment, I choose to show trust and strength in my connections. 7. A nickname that highlights your leadership and power. A nickname is not just a term of affection, it's also a symbol of power, leadership, and respect in a relationship. If you want your relationship to be strong, you must understand that the nickname you use is not to impress her or win her approval, but to assert your position in this game. You need to show that you are the one in control, the leader, and that this relationship isn't a race to earn her affection, but a partnership where you are the one in charge. Remember, the nickname you choose should reflect your leadership in a subtle and powerful way, much like the principles of Stoic philosophy. For example, the nickname Lord of my Heart is not just a term of affection, but a sign of respect and authority. When you call her Lord of my Heart, you should do it with deep respect and the firm belief that you are the one setting the tone and guiding the relationship. This doesn't mean you should kneel or beg for her approval, but rather that you show her that you have an iron mind, a confidence that is unwavering. No one wants a relationship where roles are unclear or weak. When you use a powerful nickname like Lord of my Heart, it doesn't just show affection, it asserts that you are the one leading and controlling the dynamic. But don't do this in a crude or thoughtless way. Use the nickname with gentleness and subtlety, with the firm resolve of a man who follows Stoic principles, knowing that real power comes from self-control, from mastering your emotions and actions. Remember, real power isn't about domination or coercion. You must demonstrate leadership through steady actions and a calm attitude. Calling her Lord of my Heart must come from genuine respect and a deep understanding of your role in the relationship. Leadership isn't about saying you're the best. It's about acting as someone who can lead naturally and without boasting. You have to show her that you're not only a strong, reliable man, but also someone who can bring stability and guidance to her life. Doing this will help you build a relationship based on mutual respect, where you are the leader, and she moves forward with you. A strong nickname like this helps her realize that you are not someone who needs to beg for her attention or approval. You don't need to do anything to earn her love. You simply need to be yourself and let the power of your leadership shine through in everything you say and do. Choosing a nickname like Lord of my Heart, or any nickname that reflects leadership and authority, requires a strong spirit. Just like the Stoic principles teach self-control, perseverance, and unshakable resolve. You must come from a place of confidence, understanding that the love and respect you receive is not from begging or compromising, but from being the leader in the relationship, someone who can recognize and apply the Stoic principles you live by. So, never think of a nickname as just a simple term of endearment. Choose one that, when she hears it, will make her realize that you are the one holding the leadership role, the one with determination and confidence, someone who has learned and applied Stoic principles to control emotions, actions, and decisions in life. A nickname is not just a word of affection, it's a declaration of power, of leadership, and of strength in your relationship. 8. A nickname that challenges her to become better. In relationships, one of the most powerful and transformative things you can do is inspire the person you love to reach their highest potential. This isn't just about being there for them. It's about encouraging them to grow, to evolve, and to become the best version of themselves. And what better way to do that than with a simple, yet profound nickname? A nickname is more than just a word. It's a key. It can unlock doors to deeper connection, growth, and transformation. When you choose a nickname that challenges her to become better, you're doing more than showing affection. You're pushing her to evolve and stretch beyond her current limits. This subtle nudge can drive her toward greatness, both in the relationship and in her life as a whole. Take the nickname My Challenge, for example. When you call her this, you're not simply describing her as a puzzle or a task to be conquered. No, you're sending her a message. This nickname is an invitation, a call to action. You are telling her, I see the tremendous potential in you, and I want to help you reach it. It's a nickname that holds depth and intention. Now, let's be clear. This isn't the easiest nickname to use. In fact, it may even come across as a bit harsh at first, but that's precisely what makes it so powerful. When you challenge her like this, you're not offering her a safe, complacent space where things are always easy. You're offering a partnership grounded in growth, based on the Stoic principles of resilience and improvement. It's a challenge that pushes both of you to step beyond your comfort zones, to face the uncomfortable, and to rise above mediocrity. This is practical Stoicism in action. Don't mistake this for being a negative or unkind gesture. This nickname is not about criticism, but about expectation. The expectation that both of you will work to become better versions of yourselves. Together, she will not be drawn to a relationship that feels static, where neither of you is striving to evolve. Women want a partner who challenges them, who asks them to grow and to reach their fullest potential. A relationship without growth is a relationship that grows stagnant. You must embrace the discomfort of growth, is what this nickname says. It demands that both partners push each other forward, beyond the ordinary, into new territories where improvement is not just expected, but actively pursued. It's a recognition that life isn't just about finding a place of comfort. It's about constantly bettering yourself, constantly improving, and constantly reaching for something greater. Moreover, when you call her My Challenge, you shift how she sees the relationship. It's no longer just a place of emotional comfort. It becomes a space of evolution. This is a key Stoic rule. It's about seeing each other not only for who you are today, but for who you are becoming. A relationship based on growth isn't just about stability or comfort. It's about pushing each other to reach new heights. This nickname reinforces a very important idea in relationships. The best partnerships are built not on complacency, but on a shared commitment to growth. When you challenge her, you show her that you are not satisfied with the status quo. You want something more. For her, for you, for both of you. You want to rise together, push each other, and conquer new challenges as a team. And when you both reach the next level, you'll both know that it was through your mutual efforts, your willingness to be uncomfortable, and your shared paths of wisdom that brought you there. So don't be afraid to challenge her. Don't be afraid to use a nickname that pushes her, even when it's not the easiest choice. A nickname like My Challenge shows not only affection, but a desire for both of you to grow, to evolve, and to reach your fullest potential. And when you do that, you'll find a bond deeper than you ever imagined, a bond based on growth, strength, and the eternal pursuit of betterment. This is what the paths of wisdom and Stoic rules are all about. It's not about taking the easy road, it's about forging a path together, one of challenge, resilience, and continuous improvement. In the end, this is what will make her not only obsessed with you, but grateful for the powerful push you give her toward becoming the best version of herself. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you now understand the power of naming and the deeper psychology behind it. Remember, these nicknames are not about playing games or manipulating, but about becoming a man who leaves a lasting impression, a man who leads with strength, sparks desire without asking for it, and transforms the way others see him. Take a moment, leave a phrase in the comments below, because as I said, to name is to dominate. And don't forget to share where you're watching from, because no matter if you're in Mexico, Argentina, or Spain, the core of female psychology remains the same. I'm your guide on this journey. And I didn't come to comfort you, but to bring you clarity, respect, and the desire that only true self-awareness can give you. If this video shifted your perspective, hit subscribe, and if you know a friend who's still getting it wrong, share this with him. He needs to hear it. Before you go, take a look at the other videos popping up on your screen. Choose the one that makes you the most uncomfortable, because that's where the real growth happens. Stay strong and keep evolving.